into a building. You'd think one of them would have seen it. What did the mom say when she opened the box of Cheerios? Oh, look, donut seeds. What do you call a skeleton in the closet? The 1983 blonde hide-and-seek champion. Thank you. So I'm so happy to be here because I have cough drops. If you can tell, I have a little cough. Yeah, sorry about that. But the show must go on. So I was trapped in Miami for 25 years against my will. No, I was not a sex slave. Well, what happened was, first I had to divorce my ex-husband, Satan. Anyone else here ever been married to Satan?
Yes.
Satina in the male form. Yeah, he gets around. He said he's going to sue me if I keep calling him that in public, so now I just call him the artist formerly known as Satan. It's a good nickname for him because he was a fire eater. You know, he ate fire for a living. He made about $100 a year. Saw his income tax return. You know, Lorenzo knew him, right, Lorenzo? Yeah. We worked together 45 years ago at the Rec Center. That's great!
Probably true.
We're still doing it. Anyway, he knew me, son, because he was a magician fire eater. Anyway, he mostly spent his salary on supplies, disposable big lighters, secrets, fire retardant hairspray, and nobody ever laughs at that, but I think it's funny. And when we got divorced, I got half of this stuff, a big lighter, but I keep it as a memento. And so then, after that, I called up my high school sweetheart, and he married me. So, yeah, so that's why I had to live in Miami, our hometown. Now, there's only 3 types of people there: human, retired, and naked. And sometimes you'll meet someone who's all 3, human, retired, naked person. And I don't fit into any of those categories, so I didn't have any friends. And I'm like, Paul, why do we have to live here? It's hot and humid. There's no seasons. No one speaks English. He goes, I know, Vicki, it's the armpit of America. I was like, no, it's not the armpit, it's a skin tag. What happened to language in America, you know? What happened to all the S's and the T's? I asked the man for the business, was up, I gotta go to the bathroom. Okay, he's stolen. Bruce stole the Christmas street. And what happened to all of the R's that the Asians and the Boston people lost? To order fried rice, paprika, and avocado. The Mexicans and the Cubans stole them. Burrito, rosa. Thank you. She gets me. So, yeah, I'm trying to, told my brother I want to attack difficult issues like racism, so that's what we came up with. Toughen up my image. I don't have any tattoos or piercings yet, but I do have a cold sore I've been ignoring. And I tried to switch from a ukulele to an electric guitar, but I had a hot flash and electric So then, since I had been with my high school sweetheart, he'd become a cop. And I thought, oh, cops are so brave. They risk their lives protecting us from bad people. And then I met them all. And I found out they go to Hooters every day to look for bad people. And I go, Hooters? And he goes, it's a family restaurant. And I'm like, oh, yeah, they have has an owl theme, hoot hoot. And he goes, no, they have really good wings. And I go, oh, Well, I go to this place called Cajones. So he would go in there and he gave me this big diamond ring. And so we were dating in South Beach. I was in New York on Saturday Night Live when we got reunited. And he was in Miami on the SWAT team. So we would, I would fly to date him. And the girls on South Beach, the topless models don't just lay there quietly. They play frisbee to make sure you notice them. It's very distracting on a date. And our waitress was in a bikini, and so I wrote a song about it. It's all good. Art comes from pain. This is called Bimbos and Bikinis. I think this oh, there's a ringing. So what happened was, when it's still ringing. Oh, that's bad. When Paul came to New York for the first time to see me on Saturday Night Live, it happened to be the night that he shot and killed the first man of his career. I know maybe he was anxious to see me or something. And he had to stay up all night filling out paperwork and getting counseling. Can you hear me? Yeah. Because I guess that's what happens if you cut someone. And so he flew to, he stayed up all night, he flew to New York, he came to the stage on 8H, and I was getting out of an alien spaceship with eyeballs on my nipples because we were doing a sketch about the planet where women's eyes are mutated to their chest. The nipples of men stared at women's chests for so long. Remember that sketch? And Kirstie Alley was our leader. I wasn't the mic check, but we didn't really check the mic. Because I was meeting Rich Little, I was so excited. What should I do, Soundman?
He's working on it.
Okay. So I go, Paul, this must be so surreal for you to kill a guy and stay up all night, see me getting out of a spaceship. And he goes, yes, Vicky, it is. Because that's how he talks, that's his face all the time, face like, the house is on fire. We won the lottery. So I take him upstairs and I introduce him to the cast. And I say, hey, everybody, this is my boyfriend and pal. And Mike Myers goes, hey, you got any war stories? And Paul goes,
I killed a man last night.
and there was silence. And the most comic geniuses of our time could not think of a comeback. So then I realized our worlds are completely opposite. I thought, well, we do have some things in common. We both get shot at, me by cameras, him by guns. We both could die, him for real, me on stage. It's equally painful. And we both get rewarded for a big bust. But I'm bummed. And we both like donuts. Can you hear the ukulele? Okay. I'm in New York in my office where people wear clothes because it's cold. While you're at a bar in Miami watching bimbos walk by in bikinis. I never look at other men because I have you. But you look at bimbos in bikinis, turn off to hell. I'm not neurotic or insecure. I'm a 90s woman. And I'm like, in 2025, 10 plus, and my thoughts are mature. I have no reason not to trust you, and I want you to be free. But you're looking at bimbos in bikinis instead of looking at me. I don't like Miami. There's too much flesh out of control. When someone's boobs are in your face, how can you see their soul? Thank you. That's my best line I ever wrote. Because women love that line, and men just like the word boobs. Lust is rampant, and all I see are bikinis and bimbos on MTV and magazines, on the streets, everywhere. You have to be blind not to notice them there. Hey, if you were blind, our love could work. I'll just get a knife and gouge your eyes out. She really gets me. What's your name? Denise? How come we have so much in common? Someone push you, and a knife and stab your eyes out. But I don't want you to be blind, because then you couldn't see me. So I guess I'll just have to work out at a gym real hard and buy a bikini. I'll buy a bikini, maybe in the dark in the closet with the lights out while we're having fun. Thank you. So we can all gather together and push aside all of our concerns and worries, our work, I just realized that my marriage is my full-time job. 24/7 I'm worrying about who he's looking at, who he's cheating on me with, who he's lusting after. I wrote a song about it. My husband has a part-time job he's a retired cop now. Even though he's retired, he can't leave his police personality. Sometimes in bed he puts his arm around me and he says, "Do you have any idea why I pulled you over?" For real. And once I overslept and he drew a chalk outline around me. Jason, this side is not laughing. This side is. Is this a church group? I have a lot of church jokes coming, actually. So anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, my cop. He used to come in the house in his little police costume. And all that because he takes it so seriously. Bang bang 10-4. Had a perimeter, chased a vehicle, 2 armed subjects, perpetrators, canine, affirmative, safety belt. Why does he have to use big words, And I thought, because taxpayers are paying and it sounds more important that way. But, I love cops. This is just joking, of course. I'm a conservative. So I love cops, but I'm just trying to be funny, okay? So anyway, I thought, I know why he uses big words. Because he's threatened by my intellect. Because he knows I skipped 2nd grade. But he knows everything you need to know you learned in 2nd grade. And he knows when I was 12, my dad took me to the University of Miami for an IQ test. And they wouldn't give us the score because they said it would affect our lives forever. And then we were at church taking the course by Chuck Colson called How Now Shall We Live? And we had to study about Nietzsche and Darwin and everything. And I go, Paul, this is so hard, my brain's gonna explode. And he goes, if your brain exploded, it would sound like this. That's good. I just felt... Yeah, we were driving. He's flirting with me. That's how he flirts. We were driving down the road, and this car next to us had a lot of scary-looking guys in it. And there's a lot of crime in Miami. That's why Paul likes it there. And he said, Paul, that car next to us has hoodlums in it. And he goes, Vicky, they can read your lips. I go, oh no, they're good. He says, takes some marksman to hit that BB. What are you drinking? I want what she's drinking. Wasn't that funny? So that's why he uses big words. And my husband likes to talk, he's so macho. He worked the cattle at his mom's farm, flies a helicopter, is on the SWAT team, works out every day. I thought he's either really macho or he's really gay and he's overcompensating. He likes to tuck his shirt in and vacuum. So I think he's really gay. But I'm just going to enjoy him until he comes out of the closet. And I said to my dad, why is there so many gay people now? It doesn't seem like there used to be that many. And my dad said, maybe it was getting really crowded in the closet. So I gave my dad $50 because that's what I pay for a joke. So anyway, it's so great we can put aside our work, My husband, my job is watching. I go to the gym to watch him. He has a part-time job there. So I wrote the song. My husband has a part-time job at the Longview Recreation Center. He gets paid to watch women work out at the Longview Recreation Center. He always gets to work early. He always gets home late. He walks around with a smile on his face because he just can't wait to get to work the next day. My husband has a part-time. Well, you get the idea. So anyway, we have set aside our work. And we can set aside all of our aging and death concerns. You know, I have a rod in my ankle right now. For real, yeah, a month ago I got surgery and I had a rod. I'm kind of proud of it. We're at the airport. Anyhow, I was at the airport and this lady's like, "Can I take a picture with you?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "When are you due?" Yeah, and I went, "Wait a minute, that's a compliment. She thinks I'm young enough to have a baby." Seriously. And then I was visiting my mother-in-law, she's 90, at the old folks home. And the guy in the elevator goes, "How long have you lived here?" I know. So, you know that dating website for people over 50? It's called Ahern. There's a new one for over 80 called Out of Time. My husband wrote that joke. He's going to be so happy he laughed. Well, they laughed. So, too Ozempic or not too Ozempic? That is the question. That's what I think about all day and all night. And we can set aside our technology struggles. So I'm ever heard the word password again. So I was applying for this job at my church, and then I was trying to send them my headshot. And instead I accidentally sent them a close-up of the inside of my colon. From my last colonoscopy. I'll never heard back. And we can set aside, you know, is there an election this year? I don't know. Set aside that. Let's see. Lawn jokes, Miami skin tag, sorry, I'm getting old. Oh yeah. So this LGBTQ movement has actually been good for my marriage. Because when a pretty girl used to walk by my husband, I used to get jealous. But now I just go, "Dibs." I love that joke. I wrote it and I love it. So we've been married 30 years, you know. Thank you, thank you. We're at the stage of our marriage where, you know, the sound of his voice makes my skin crawl. Sometimes when he's sleeping, I lean over him and I fantasize that he's dead, and what I could do when he's dead. And I think of all the wonderful things I could do. And he said I'm going to be rich when he dies, but I don't know where the paperwork is. He said the second drawer, but I don't know. I hate to lose all that on a technicality. You know, when we first got back together, I wrote the song, "Ravished." You want to hear it?
Yeah.
You guys like music.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Sorry. I've always known what you're going with that.
What? Well, that's bad. Can anyone turn the ukulele?
Oh dear.
I was loved like a baby who is wanted and cherished. I was touched like a rose upon the cheek. I was heard like a servant on spiritually hungry ears. I was looked at as a lady of the week. I was enveloped like a fetus in a womb. I was treated like a pharaoh in an Egyptian tomb. I was lifted up like a sacrifice to God. I was kissed by a man who made me feel like a lifetime. I was kissed by a man who made me feel like a lifetime. I was kissed by a man who ravished.